Hello there, and welcome to Amá CONVERSA. How are you today?
I'm good, my friend. How are you?
So good, especially now that I'm going to talk to you. I haven't seen you like physically in forever. So for the listeners here, we have Daiane Aguiar Dutra today on Amá CONVERSA, and she is a very dear friend of mine. We met each other, I think it was in San Jose High, right? We didn't meet before.
Yeah.
I think you came like when I was a freshman to do a shadow day, and she
Yes.
was in 8th grade. And I remember her so much on that day. And then after that, I was so excited for her to start at San Jose High. And then after that, we just always became friends. And we have
Mhm.
kids now, and our kids are basically almost the same age. Hers is from July, and mine
Yep.
is from September. So they're 2 months apart. And yes, Daiane has been involved with the Portuguese community since she was maybe her son's age, right? Since you were little tiny thing. I don't know
Yeah.
how old, but since you were
Yes.
very small. And today I would love to ask you a little bit more about that because I know that you've been involved with Carnaval forever.
Hmm.
And then you have a few more little things that you want to talk about today about just the Portuguese culture in general and growing up Portuguese. Like if you have any funny story to share, maybe about your grandma or something like that. Well, I know that Daiane, when she was growing up, she used to visit the Azores, and she has family in 2 or 3 islands.
Two. I did it in three. Now they're two, and then Paulu's family is in the third. So.
Exactly. So it's São Jorge, São Miguel, and Terceira.
Yep.
Correct? Okay, fantastic. I know this very well because her mom is from São Jorge and her father is from São Miguel. And if you're from São Miguel, everybody can tell you're from São Miguel. So I can't forget that, right? Uh,
100%.
so can you tell us a little bit when you began in Carnival and the different groups you've danced for, and if you ever got the chance to take your dance somewhere else and dance?
So I started Carnaval. I want to say 6.
Oh my God.
Um, so little. And then I think I was 7. I was in So I was 7. My older sister is 4 years older than me, and she had a line, or she had 2 like quadras that she had to
Oh my
say.
God, adorable.
And something happened to where she couldn't perform,
Oh
and I
no.
remembered her lines. So everyone was like, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah, I know them." And so that's how I started. Everyone's like, "Wow, do you remember that? And you speak good Portuguese?" And then yeah,
Aw.
so I started at Benfica, and then they stopped for quite a while, and so I went to Group Carnaval, um, who has been doing dances, especially kids dances, for as long as I've been alive.
Yes.
So I spent a lot of the rest of my years there until I was about 12, and then I got offered like it's a job or something, but I got they asked me to do the main role of this Dança de Espada when I was 12. So
You know what? I
um,
think I remember that. What was the color of the outfit?
the first year, the dresses were like a magenta pink. That's when my father-in-law came sing.
Oh
So
my God.
that's
Okay,
how
so
I met.
everybody
Yeah.
loves that dance, by the way. My husband always watches that freaking dance. That's why I was like, what color are the dresses? Because your father-in-law, I don't know what it is,
That's amazing.
my husband loves to watch your father-in-law for dances. Same thing with my sogra. Like they like to talk about him. He's very, very good. And so I have definitely seen that dance plenty of times.
You know, it's so crazy. When I went in 2011, we were at Lagoa das Patas, the park in Terceira, and there was a little family that was with these little kids, and they had
They
a DVD
recognize
player.
you.
Yeah, and they were watching it. I was like, what the heck? So still,
Years later, right?
yeah, that was 2002. And then he came back to 2003,
Mm-hmm.
and that's when I met my husband, like, because he brought the family, so we
Oh,
met
yes,
like
I
that.
wanted to talk about that, like that whole thing. Okay, but we'll get into that.
Yeah, so I've been doing it since. I did a few Marches São João at Benfica as well. Um, and then they stopped. And then I went to Portugal that summer, and I actually was in a Marcha São João in São Jorge, of all places.
cool.
Like, but that was an amazing experience. My younger sister and I did it.
Oh, you have pictures of that, by the way? Do you have pictures?
You know what? I don't think I do. I still remember the outfit. I think my aunt has them though, because we stayed with her and my cousins.
Adorable.
So there has to be at least like a group picture of us. But
yes.
yeah.
Well, whenever you do find some old pictures, I would love to share, especially the Carnival pictures. I would love to share them on the Palma Media page. Whenever you want to share with us, I'll go ahead and share them so everyone can check that out. But so you met Paulo through your father-in-law before he was your father-in-law, obviously, when you guys were teenagers. And so he came to California with his father to do Carnival, correct?
Yeah, he did. He wasn't in it, only his dad was, but he brought his mom and his brother came too. And so
that's when you guys met for the first time.
Yeah.
Oh, and you already liked him, or you didn't like him at first?
Not like that. My husband or my father-in-law manifested all of this because he would always tell me, he's like, I have 2 sons, you know, you're gonna be my Nora.
Oh my God.
I have 2 sons. I don't know which one, but you're going to be my daughter-in-law one day.
And
years later, I'm like, here we are.
Oh, that is so cute.
So,
that is so cute.
Yeah.
And you also, didn't you take the Carnival to Portugal before? Didn't you dance in Portugal for Carnival?
No, that is like the only thing on my Carnival list to do is do that.
Why did they think that you went with the group to say that when they went?
I wish. I wasn't invited though. No, I'm just kidding.
I thought that was your group. That's why I was like, what the frick? Anywho, but didn't you also dance with Nova Aliança as well?
Yeah, so I danced Benfica, the group. I danced once at the band. I was enmeshed at the band.
Wow, I don't remember that one. I need to see that one.
We did The Notebook.
No, I need to see that. I didn't see that one. Interesting. Send it to me.
And then I went to Nova.
I remember that for sure because I went with you guys on the bus to Tulare. I remember that.
Yeah, so that was the year I got married. So that was 2011 or 2012. Yeah.
Yes.
Because it was the year after. And then I think the last one I did a couple years ago was with Nova as well. So
yes, fantastic. So you've done 4 different organizations then for Carnival.
Yeah,
that's beautiful, and I love that because especially in San Jose, I've talked a little bit about this on Amá CONVERSA before. In San Jose, we have a lot of different organizations, a lot of different halls. We have a lot of different philharmonicas, so it's very common for the dancers to be a part of different groups. Sometimes the groups don't have the dances, or they do something different, or maybe there's a group of friends that want to do this group this year, and so we kind of just float around. And I think, to me, that's beautiful because that means we're being collaborative and we're all helping each other, and that's what I'm totally all about. Definitely.
Me too. I see it more as like I'm loyal as to the culture of it, right? Like, so
exactly,
like if I'm invited, I want to do it. If that's where I'm gonna have to do it, that's what I'm gonna do.
Yes.
If I have that opportunity, I want to do it. I'd rather go be part of a group than sit on the outside. That's me. Like I always want to be part of it. So
yes, and I'm hoping that in the future, after this whole pandemic, that we maybe one year can do a dance together. That's what I really want. And
that'd be so cool.
If we don't get to, at least our kids, if the kids can be in a dance together at some point, I think that would be freaking hilarious for one, and just so cute and memorable. I would never forget that.
I don't care what I gotta do, but that is gonna happen.
This kids dance.
Yes. I don't care what I gotta do. It's gonna happen.
And it's pretty funny because me and Daiane, we have a lot of friends around the same age that all had kids around the same age, even if it wasn't in the same year, even though there was plenty of kids born in that year, 2017. There was plenty that came in 18 and 19 and even in 16. So if we can get all those kids from all our friends together, I think.
And we have a whole bunch of them having babies this year too, that in a couple years,
So I feel
No big
like
deal.
we'll just get all of those kids when they're like, 6, 7, 8 or whatever, or even 5, 6, 7, 8, and start doing something. I think that'd be great. And then in the future, which I'm pretty sure you've already saw me talk about this before, I want to have an all women's group, only women, and that's musicians included. No men.
That's the biggest issue, though, is the musicians part.
A mix of boys and girls, but the whole group needs to be just women. And yes, you're right. So the part that's very hard is the musicians part. And since that idea came about, I think it was last Carnival, I've been kind of chatting with some ladies that do play instruments, but it is hard, like you said, because once I do find the ladies that do have those instruments and do play, they don't have the time to dedicate to learn new things at the moment. So I'm hoping in the future, maybe they will have a little bit of time. And who knows, the sky is the limit. And I think after the pandemic, people are definitely going to be wanting to be involved in more things and wanting to go back to things, because there was a while where everyone would just say, oh, I don't want to go to the festa because it's the same every time. Well,
yeah, take what you can get now.
Yeah, take what you can get now. And also, I have to say something to that. It doesn't have to be the same every time. If you want it to be different, then maybe volunteer, maybe sign up, maybe help an organization that maybe try to give your ideas to change it. I mean, things do not change overnight, and things do not change by themselves. So I always think it's
that's a great point.
Yeah, I think it's funny when I see our generation complaining that it's always the same, because to me, it's not always the same. I do pay attention to what they're trying to do. And if you don't like it, then I feel like, dude,
work at it. Yeah.
More power to you to like fix it. Let's fix it. Let's get excited about things again. So I'm so happy.
I do feel like Carnival is like a very male dominant. Writers, musicians, like it's very dominant to where we can't really here. I'm speaking in the U.S., right? Not in Australia, but to where we're very
limited.
We're dependent on them for writing the music, for writing the skits, everything. Yeah, so. Hopefully there'll be more women.
My face right now is so like, because like you said, that's true. We are dependent on that, and I'm hoping that maybe we, like Felicia, for example. I always talk about Felicia. Felicia is a very talented writer, and if she would ever have the capacity or the bandwidth to really apply herself, I feel like she could do all of that. She could do all of that, and then either you or me or a combination of everybody, we can help organize, we can help even instruct or whatever. The sky is the limit, I think, but you're right. The music writing is going to be a challenge. To even find a woman to do that, I think would be a challenge. But
you and I have wrote in a couple havlas, so we can probably write a kid's skit, not an adult one, but we can probably get away with writing a kid's one.
I think we could at least do a kids one for sure. So me and Daiane, when we were in high school, we were in Portuguese class together, and we were also in Portuguese club together. And it's so funny. This is the perfect timing to talk about this, because just the other day was Senhor de Silva's birthday. So happy birthday, Senhor de Silva. The legend, the man. We love you. Seriously love you.
Yes.
And some people didn't even know he had a Facebook, so you're welcome. He does have one. Go ahead and add him up. But yes, we had a lot of great times in Portuguese class and in Portuguese club. And some days I just think back like, wow, that was a really, really fun time. It really was. And I feel sad for the kids now that have to do this distance learning. I mean, it is going to be for a short time, God willing, but I do feel for the kids, because I just think back about my experience, like especially in high school. Middle school is not that fun, and elementary is fun, but middle school is not fun, and then high school is fun again. So I just feel for the kids, because I mean, I don't have any big kids. I just have my one, as you know. I just have my 3.5-year-old, but you have a teenager, and you do have a 3.5-year-old, so you have a little bit of both worlds going on.
Yes.
And I feel for all the parents that are doing distant learning, because, you know, a lot of us don't have any experience with that. And some of us don't even have really that time to be on the computer with them and stuff like that. So I really commend all of you guys that are trying your best, and hopefully after the summer and hopefully next school year, we'll start to see a little bit of the normal coming back.
Oh my gosh, I really hope so.
Yes. Oh, by the way, before I forget, I really want to talk to Daiane today about her beautiful business that I love called Obsidian, and I just love that name. So first of all, I'm totally into like rocks and crystals, and I think I have to basically equate that to you and also to Nicole Sangetti, which is a friend of mine that I got introduced to by you, which I love her, by the way. She is amazing. So anywho, can you explain to us a little bit what Obsidian is as far as the name, and then what Obsidian is as far as your work, your business?
Yeah, so Obsidian is a natural grown stone, like a mineral rock, and is believed to be a very powerful stone of protection and negativity.
Yes.
So Terceira actually is one of the largest natural growing obsidian places in the world, which I found out after, which was pretty cool. Yeah, so if you go to Algar Carvão, the volcano, that's all obsidian, the shiny stuff on the wall. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Oh my God.
So when I was pregnant, I wore that stone just to felt, you know,
yes,
anything, feel better, whatever. And so when I decided to open my business, I wanted that space for me. Like that was my space away from home. I wanted people to come in and feel well and comfortable.
We feel zen. Well, at least I feel zen when I go in there.
And that's where I wanted just a one name type of thing. And yeah, you know, I mean, when you were there, we talk. It's like a therapeutic thing too.
Experience. I love that experience, by the way.
And so yeah, that's where I got the name.
Daiane, seriously, okay, so what she does there is she does waxing as well as lash lifts. What else do you do there? What are the type of services that you do at Obsidian?
So right now that is just it. I can't do anything more because of mask stuff.
Yes.
I am also now thinking of doing microblading. So
that's exciting.
I know.
So whenever you do microblading, can I be your first client? Yes.
Yes.
So me and Daiane, she already knows, back in high school, me and Daiane used to, well, a lot of us did this. We overplucked our eyebrows. And I did it so much to the point that these babies don't grow. They don't. They just stay like this forever. So tattoo, see? So I either, today I don't have anything, but I either just put like a little bit of eyeshadow or some type of eyebrow product there, but usually I just let them be natural, and this is what they look like with nothing on them.
2000s, man.
It's 2000s, right? So sometimes when I got my 90s flips going on, I think it really goes with it. But I would love to have beautiful brows like you one day. So hopefully whenever you do your microblading, I would definitely get into that. The first time I ever did anything with my lashes was with you. So we did a lash lift. It's not the extensions. It's not extensions. So what this is, if this is your natural eyelashes already, and literally, I don't know how to explain it, but it's kind of like a perm for your eyelashes, right? And what she does is she just puts a plastic rod on the lid, which she can show you better one day, because the way I'm explaining is probably not the correct terms. But anywho, and then she puts a product and I love how I'm just like touching my eyelashes right now. And she puts a product and it lifts your eyelashes literally. And it's good for 2 weeks, right? Basically 2 weeks to a month.
Actually for about 6 weeks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
6 weeks, a month and a half.
Yes. Now that can change, right? Like if people is using a lot of oil-based or waterproof mascara, makeup remover, that will obviously break down the solution. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I think mine did last for the month, so that was perfect because I remember they were looking really, really good to the point that some days when I went to work, I didn't even wear mascara. So right now without mascara, it's a big difference. But when you get your lash lift, it is a big difference still, but you don't need the mascara because they're already up and beautiful. So thank you for that. And then another experience that I had at Obsidian was when I just had a brilliant idea, which please don't follow this advice. So I was going back to Portugal and back to the Azores after not being at both places for almost a decade. I hadn't been to both places in 8 years, and I was very excited to bring my baby and my husband and et cetera, et cetera. So it was a vacation on crack because I was 1 week at each place. So I don't know how we did it, but we did so many things in those 2 weeks. It was crazy. So I told Daiane, hey, I need to get my arms waxed, my armpits waxed, my legs waxed. And are you ready for the kicker, everyone? This is my favorite one, which you guys think I'm weird. I'm pretty sure. The nostrils. It's amazing.
Everybody who does it loves it. I'm serious.
I wish I could do the nostrils right now because you just breathe like so different. You just
like, what? Yeah. And then they do it and they're like, this is life changing.
Yes, you do it. I mean, it's like the most weirdest feeling when you do it because it's like, imagine you put the wax there and then you put a popsicle stick and then you just pull down and just takes all the hairs out at one time. And it's just a crazy pressure. But once it's gone, like I said, you can breathe so different, like you never breathed before. And I remember I was telling my mom this story, and she's like, no, you need your nostrils hairs in there because they will help no bugs get in there and stuff like that. And I'm just like, stop.
Yeah, my aunt said the same thing. She was telling my mom, and then Portuguese people always have a response. They're like, "Oh, tu precisas do cabelo." Yeah, and I was like, "Então, por que precisas cabelo de cu?" What does that protect you from? So
I know. Yeah, that is so true. So, anywho, on that experience, I didn't really feel too much of a thing when I was there because, like Daiane said, we get to talking a lot and the time passes and it distracts you from what's actually happening to you. So when you go, I would suggest you do either 1 or 2 services. Don't do all 4 on one day like Mawa over here.
Especially if it's your first time.
Oh yeah, especially if it's your first time. But I thought I was like,
I got this.
Yeah, big strong lady. I could do it. But afterwards, I felt it. I felt all the pain everywhere. I was like, why did I do this? Because you think they're just little hairs. Like, it's not going to hurt. You're just pulling them out. But, I mean, I'm a very hairy person, like I've said before on Amá CONVERSA. And so each hair follicle, instead of 1 hair, I have like 3 hairs. So, and there's a lot of hair follicles. So you can only imagine. But I'm just here as a friend, letting you know, just do 1 or 2 things. You don't have to go all out like I did. But even if you do go all out, she'll make you feel comfortable, and she'll make the time just fly by. And she's located in Willow Glen, so not far from San Jose area. Very convenient place. And I hope to go back one day. I moved to Hilmar Town, which Daiane loves Hilmar. She loves cow smell. Yes.
Oh my gosh, you remember that?
Yes, she used to want to bottle it up and she used to want to just keep it for herself because she just loves the cow smell.
Like, I don't want it in my house, but I want to walk outside and smell the aroma,
Yes, it makes you feel like you're maybe sometimes in the Azores because when I went to
it's St. Jorge for me.
Yes, exactly. When I went to Terceira, my husband showed me all the places where there's cows and bulls and whatever. So now sometimes when I go outside in my backyard, I do what Daiane does. I do a big whiff of this and I'm like, oh, here we go. We're in fresh land. We're in cow land, as Emilia says.
I am somebody, oh my God, how cute she says that. I'm somebody who relates smells to places, people's things, right? Like
Yeah.
it really triggers
Memories.
memories for me. The smell is a really big one. And when I would go to the Azores, São Jorge specifically, my uncle has cows,
Yeah.
and I would go every single day, and that was literally my favorite thing to do there.
Oh my God. Help with the
And
cows,
so
right?
yes, and by the end, I knew their names. I knew when they started coming, who was next to get a
Oh my
tortinha, like I knew the whole routine. So that was like my favorite thing. And so I think that just brings back that like feeling, you know? So
nostalgia, for sure. Nostalgia.
yeah.
So
So
you know
don't
how
think
to milk
I'm
a
weird, but
cow. You know how to milk a cow then.
I do. I do.
You can come over here
It's
and work
been
on
a
my
while.
tortillas. Why not? Why not?
You know, with COVID happening, if that's what I got to do, it's what I'm going to do.
Exactly. There's a lot of women in the cow field now, so we're changing the world, you guys, one step at a time, one cow at a time.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much, Daiane, for being here on Amá CONVERSA today. She is such a dear friend of mine, and you can see she's so adorable. Look at that. She doesn't look a day over 15. She looks exactly the same from when we were kids together. It really trips me out. I mean, I cannot get away with that for now because my natural hair is all gray, but that will be changing soon. So
I live for the gray, by the way.
oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's nature taking its course. That's exactly what it is.
We love it.
Well, thank you again, Daiane. I hope you have a good rest of your day. And thank you again for being a Amá CONVERSA. Appreciate you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Beijinhos.
Beijinhos.
Thank you.